Okay, I've done this video to clear up a lot of confusion when it comes to historical data, market replay data, and what that means in relation to tick data. There's a few different types of tick data that Portara gets asked for, and that is trades only tick data, where it doesn't have the bids and asks, and also level 1 data, which this tick data includes the bids and asks. And the general differences between the two types of data is that of size and how long it takes to read this stuff into NinjaTrader. Tick level 1 data with the bids and asks takes a very long time, and of course the prices to purchase data, historical data, are conducive with the size between the two as well. There are two types of level 1 data that a particular NinjaTrader user may use. One is the historical bid, ask and last series data, which requires 3 databases. It's rare that someone would want to buy that, but they do, and generally the size of that is absolutely huge. To give you an example, just the micro Nasdaq from June 2019 to date, which currently with this video is August 2024, then the size of those particular files before you read it into NinjaTrader is 272 gigabytes. So that gives you an idea. More often though, the user doesn't tend to need the 3 separate databases, and more often we get asked for tick, which is the market replay data in NinjaTrader, which includes the bids and asks. So this video is going to concentrate on how to get that up and running into NinjaTrader, with an emphasis with this particular video on the tick replay. So recently NinjaTrader did make some changes, because it never used to be possible to have historical data go through the market replay function using playback, but now you can actually do this. So I'm going to demonstrate that to you here, with an emphasis on how you get tick replay running in a strategy, and so that you can mark back to the data files from the original data purchase. So if we take a look in the NinjaTrader help files, specifically at importing, we notice this tick format here, sub-second granularity, and there's the format. You know, with NinjaTrader data anyway, it is extremely difficult to put this into the format required for NinjaTrader because of the nuances involved. Portara does specialize in that. Now the data itself, if you look at the tick replay format, sub-second granularity, this is the data that Portara is going to be providing in this particular format. And this note at the top here, just ignore this. This seems to be old, because we've now got the ability to actually have the tick replay and the market replay data working in playback. Now I'm going to demonstrate that to you. Just let me move that out the way, and I'm going to pull in here the raw data files, which a typical purchaser will have. So in this particular file, this is the NQ September 24 last.txt file, and if you've got Windows 11, I do think Notepad now will open larger files. This file's probably, you know, it's close to 1.5 gigabyte, and if we open it, you know, we've got just over 20 million rows there. And during this demo, we're just going to concentrate on what's going in the last sort of several rows there, with reference to the way the data is set up with a timestamp, delimited by semicolon, of course, and then the last price and the bid, and then the ask, and then this is the trade volume off the last price. And notice again, a nuance in NinjaTrader is there's no volume for bid and for ask on this particular style of level 1 data. So you do get the price of the trade and also the bid and the ask at that time, which is what we're going to pull in and take a look at. So we'll come back to this file as we go through the demo. So as a purchaser of level 1 data from Portara, you're going to have been sent notes on how to import the data into the NinjaTrader platform anyway, so it's assuming you've already done that at this stage, and if not, you can just go back to those links that we sent about importing. But once your data is in, if we take a quick look at this, so this is level 1, the tick replay data that we've just shown you, and you can see there's 0924, and if we drill down into that, into last and into tick and into August 2024, and we double click, and inside there is several days in August. If we go to one of those days, such as we'll do the 0824 there, double click on there, and again we'll try and focus around that, the end of that text file. So 2100, if we double click on there and go to the final price in that series, and which I've highlighted there, and if we come back, a nuance within NinjaTrader which is unexpected is that it doesn't show, even though you've imported the last price, the bid and the ask and the volume, it doesn't show in here the bid or the ask price. It just shows the last price. So even though your data is in the database, when you look in the historical data area, for some reason it's not shown. And I'm just going to bring in the data there, and you can see the last price is 18513.25, which is displaying there. And notice the timestamp for the milliseconds is not showing either, but it is in there, and that's the point of this bit, is just to show you the data does reside in there. Okay, so in order for us to go into a situation where we can use the market replay functionality, we need to bring the data out of this historical section and into the market replay area. So you go into the load, we were in edit, go into load in the historical data area, get market replay data. If you sort of click on there and either type in, if you've not done it before, or bring into focus the particular contract that interests you. And then what you do is use this date selector here to pull in the days. It does it on a per day basis, and what it does is it will pull this into the market replay data area for you, and whatever it does behind the scenes, it lines everything up. So we're going to click on the first and then the download button here, and we're going to click on there, and you can see it loading the data in. And then we're going to choose another date, and we'll just choose one more. We'll choose the second because we know that's where the end of our file is, and we're going to download again. Now if you try this and this download key is grey and you don't know why, it's because you're still connected to the playback. So make sure you switch the playback off, and then the ungrayness will go away and you'll have the download button again. So in our case we're not connected to playback currently, so it's working fine. And then when we are finished, we can go back to the edit, and if we now move down to our market replay area at the bottom here, and we sort of click into there, we can see now that we've pulled in that data into the market replay. So the only two are historical and market replay. So if I just sort of come back up one level, we can see the market replay there. So you're all set up and you're good to go to be able to chart that data, and if you wish, add strategies. Okay, so what we're going to do now is open a chart in order to chart that data. So we open it like this, and we either type or choose the contract we wish to analyze. I'm going to take this back to the probably the 3rd of the 8th, and say make sure this tick replay is checked, and then we say OK. and the chart is opening, hopefully, and we've got the chart. And then the next thing to do is to connect to our playback. It looks like I'm already connected to that, so let me disconnect and connect again. Disconnect, so I can bring up the box. There we go, happy days there. And then I'm going to choose to start at the August the 1st, just to save a little bit of time. And what I'm also going to do is bring in the basic entry as well here. The reason I'm doing that is so that you can see the bid and the asks here, and the last, which I'll talk to you about at the end of this particular part of the demo. So then we're going to start the actual playback routine, and that's going to start to jump forward, and I'm going to speed this up to maximum so it doesn't take that long. And then what I'm going to do is I'll probably pause the video here and allow it to sort of go to the end to save you waiting around. Okay, so it's ended, and as we can see we're on 18513.25, which is the same price in here, which is the last 18513.25 with 4. And if we just remind ourselves from where we were before, we bring this in and we can see 18513.25, but we can see there that the bid and the ask are not the same. And the reason for this is that the data for the bid and the ask is only pulled in programmatically. So programmatically means that the you can only sort of get at the bid and ask data when you're looking at it from a strategy point of view, which we'll look at that in a minute or so. So just be aware of that. So if you're not going to use the data to access the bid and ask programmatically, it begs the question, do you really need level 1 data if you're only going to use it for tick replay for the sake of market replay situations using playback? Because whether you use the trades only data, which doesn't have bids and asks, or you use the level 1 data like we've just seen in this particular part of the demo, the bids and asks there are still going to flash with simulated bids and asks. So if you don't really need to have the bids and asks programmatically, you may be erring more towards a trades only purchase. So now let's look at something that is in the NinjaTrader help files, and let me just off screen bring that across. Just bear with me for 1 second. I'm just going to bring that into the frame, and as we can see here, you can have a look at this yourself, developing for tick replay. So what we've done here is developed a strategy and just copy and pasted this code in to give you the heads up on how you actually grab the historical bids and ask prices with tick replay in the strategy within your code. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so we don't need this anymore, we'll close that. And just to note, we're not NinjaTrader support, so you can't sort of send in questions surrounding what we're showing you here in this demo. It's literally to get you started. You need to reach out to NinjaTrader or to have a look through their help documents to fully understand, so please appreciate that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here, into new, and I'm going to pick up the Ninja script editor down here and click on there, and literally all we did was copy and paste the data that I showed you in the NinjaTrader help files. So I'm going to go into strategies, and there's our test tick replay that we copied in. I'm going to double click on this and show you. So we've commented out everything here, and then all we've done is added in that particular method into this script editor and saved it. Make sure that it compiles and away it goes. So it's just going to print out things into this Ninja script output here. So I've moved that into the frame as well. So that's going to happen there as this runs. Alright, so I'm going to close that, and I'm going to right click on the chart, and I'm going to add this strategy to the data, and it's in there, test tick replay. I think you double click, maybe you do. So, and it's already set to playback, and I think all we do is say OK. And although you have orders confirmation, no, generate strategy submitted without confirmation. That'll do us. We're not trading, so let's do that. So this looks like test tick replay. Let me go on to strategies and test tick replay there, of course. Silly me, we click on that, enabled, and away we go, and we can see there, look, as soon as we enable that in, it's running our particular test. So again, what I'll do is I'll wait for that to end, which I think it has done. Yeah, that's good, so I won't pause the video. What I'll do is I'm going to come back here, and I'm just going to show you the end of the data to see whether this is a match. So we can see, look there, and this is directly from that code that I showed you a minute ago in the Ninja script. So we can see, look, 4 contracts traded at the asking price 18513.25, and there we can see, look, there's the trade itself, and there's the asking price at 18513.25 for 4 contracts. And if you just work your way up that, if you want to pause the video, you can. 1 contract's trade at asking price of 18513.25, so there it is, and it repeats there, so that's a win. And then we go back up again, and it's another asking price of 18513, which it did, and then there's the first time it comes off the bid, and we can see 18510. So let me look at it. What are we on? The 1, 2, 3, the fourth one up, 1, 2, fourth one up. So it's 18510 when it's off the bid as 18510. So we've just proven there that we can get into the tick replay style of data, which is a lot less expensive for level 1 than the 3 databases, which is absolutely humongous in size. So this is, you're far better off going for this style of data if your strategy, if you can pull into your strategy the way I've shown you here. Okay, so in summary then, this has been a video designed to try and take away some of the confusion surrounding data. So no matter whether you choose tick trades only data or tick level 1 data for tick replay, then you're still going to see bids and asks in these order basic entries. You'll see there that the bid and asks are simulated when you're in playback mode. So again, it begs the question, do you really need bids and asks in your data? If the answer is yes, because you want to see them programmatically, then buy the level 1 data. If you don't, then all you really need is the tick trade only data. Now, if you need the 3 databases, then you need to reach out to Portara. It's sort of a level above where we are here, but basically there will be 3 databases. You can call those data as separate series in the chart, which I can't show you here because I've got none in the background, but it will be what you'd expect to see those 3 independent mutually exclusive series, and then you can do exactly what you need to do on those. But it's advanced. If you know what you're doing, fine. If you want that style of data, please get in touch and we'll quote appropriately for you on that. Okay, so I hope this has been informative and cleared up more confusion than any it's caused accidentally, and thank you for your time watching this.